Good morning, everyone. My name is Godino. My mention number is 6096. My topic is routing algorithm for the wireless NOC. My supervisor is Asurani LT. These are my presentation roadmap, research background, motivation of research, problem statement, research objective, scope of work, literature review, research workflow, your process the work, proposed work, expect plain result, conclusion. Now, introduction and background. Programmable chips were originally developed with a single compositional core like microprocessors. Those are same chips seemed to be able to analyze the control logit and system of the rate proportion to the frequency of the clock. Therefore, the most common way to improve the overall performance of chips is to safely boost the clock frequency. Say to say, there are several disadvantages of the increasing chips clock frequency. Chips clock frequency. The mostly it is very important. Every 10 degrees increase the opening temperature is routing doubles the failure rates of the comments. Temperature also affects the power rivalry. This figure is shown as an exceed number of the elements beside processing into the SoC. Now, another background is for the NOC network on chip. NOC basically contains a few statements that consist of the routers and the wireless, as shown in the figure 1.2. The functions of the NOC can be categorized into several units. Several units which are transport, applications, data, network, link, and physical layers. This project is focused on the explanation of the topology for the wireless NOC network on chip, WINOC, with situable routers and transceiver and NOC antennas. This feature is for the NOC on chip contains a few statements that consist of the router and the wireless. Now, the motivation of the research. One of that is classification of the route elements. They will divide by two types: alertness, adaptive alertness, and non-adaptive alertness. Adaptive alertness will be divided by two types. First is for the isolated. Isolated is more focused on the routing choices in this model using the information without searching for the information of other nodes. Second is for the sentences. In this mode, a certain of the extra information has extra information about the network and make all the routing decisions. Advantage is required to keep the information, and disadvantage is the central nodes go down into the external network instead. And the non-adaptive is divided by two types also: floating and random walk. Floating is like a incoming packet is sent to every outgoing line except from the left. Random walk into the this method. Packets are sent host by host. Now the proof statements. Because on-chip networks can keep on top of the ideas from the motor assist interconnection networks uses in the supercomputers, workstations, clocks, and internet routers. The design requirements on chips networks vary separately in measurement. New designs also were saturated needed. Now, the important part to objective. First of all, to investor to break the impact of Wemos routing algorithms in 64-core where NOC. Second, to make a competitive analysis of the invested routing algorithms on leaf of latency, throughput, and energy consumption. This figure is shown as the scope of work. They will be applied for the objectives to set of the figure. This one is for processor, and this one is for the input and the output. The input apply for the processor and get output. This one is for the investigated and taken for the WINOC is 64 cores. This one is one of the input. And NOSIM the simulator uploaded simulation platform. The platform is focused on the output. And this one is also the scope of the work. And this five thing is applied for the platform of the XY, where's the first negative, not odd even. It's a 64 NOC 8 bits. 8 bit is for the input. So 8 bit means 8 digits to input and input the ASCII number, and then routing alternatives also input, apply for the processor, get output, energy, latency, throughput, energy. They will be planned for the platform about these 5 things. Now research the workflow. Research workflow have the 4 tasks. First of all, concept the prediction, the investigative work. Second is for the experiment works by using NOSIM simulator. Thirdly is for the evaluation of the experimental work. And the fourth is for the network performance, computations, template, throughput, and energy compression. This one is for the feature of the results. Apply for your simulation to get this. This will be shown as the average latency and the packet interaction of the relay. It have 3 tempos: tempo A, tempo B, tempo C. Also. Now conclusion. There have been several important concepts in the field of the NOC design in this session. They will be divided by 3 tasks. First task is try to introduce myself. Second task is for directly and integrate the networks. We have described the various tempos. That is for the also it also in different situation, flowing control machines and the use of the virtual channels, routing schemes, output section, Tekun and the generation networks. They will be studied in the books and about routing books about routing alternators. Thank reference. Thank you.